Tonight we got an investigation you'll only see here. People who endanger children only getting fines, sometimes paying less than you would for a traffic ticket. Our Nicole Griggs sits down with lawmakers to see if the laws are really protecting our children. Nicole?
Jack, and to be perfectly honest, a lot of these child endangering cases we tell you about end up not going through the court process. Most of them are parents, and a lot of times the cases are dropped because children's services will step in with counseling or another safety plan.
We do everything we can to protect our children and our homes.
I'll probably, feel guilty about it forever. I don't think that'll ever go away.
But what happens when all the background checks in the world can't stop someone from doing this to your kids?
I'm trying to watch something.
And it's hard to watch.
I definitely consider it to be child abuse, what she did.
We have followed the entire legal process of the nanny in West Carrollton, Heather Cooley, convicted of child endangering while watching a set of toddler twins, slapping, screaming, and neglecting.
A very, very bad man.
I definitely consider it to be child abuse. What she did was not a lack of action. It wasn't accidental. It wasn't in a moment of anger.
Sentenced by a judge to serve 14 days in jail and pay a $185 fine plus court costs. Other cases we found in Montgomery County with cheap fines. A mother who left her kids alone, hit with child endangering, ordered to pay $88 in court costs. Another mother with a dirty house and no heat in the winter, slapped with $100, but it was suspended. And a dad convicted of hitting his daughter, leaving her with a bruise under her eye, also paid $88.
I don't know if I really want to say exactly what I do. However, I'm in a courtroom.
We've disguised this person's identity because she worked in a courtroom dealing with child abuse cases. She says she sees too many holes in the law, and that's why she eventually had to quit.
Child abuse or child endangering is typically a misdemeanor. It can be a felony. However, when there's no physical harm, it's a misdemeanor.
And Cooley was given just that, charged with one misdemeanor count of child endangering. The West Carrollton family tells us prosecutors told them that's because there were no signs of serious physical harm, like bruises. A second charge wasn't given because this video never shows Cooley striking the other toddler.
Is this law enough, though, to protect our kids?
I think that, the law in and of itself is strong.
So if the law is strong, we asked local State Representative Niraj Antani why it's a slap on the wrist. He says the judges aren't handing down stricter sentences of 6 months in jail and the $1,000 fine because the jails are simply overcrowded.
It happens so much, and children are not protected by the way the law is written, and something needs to change in order to protect these children.
We found out the only way the law could be altered is giving a mandatory minimum. That would make each offender face the same amount of time behind bars and same fines.
To me, that's dangerous. I think that we need to give judges the ability to decide.
People need to stop judging them, be more open-minded.
But for this West Carrollton mom, this video is a cry for help.
I want Heather Cooley's name to be out there. I want every mom in the Miami Valley to know it, so that if she does try to get a job in child care again, it just won't happen.
Reporting tonight.
And I did reach out to Heather Cooley again for her side of the story, but never heard back from her. I did check. She doesn't have a criminal history, so that likely played a role in little jail time and fines. She has yet to serve those 14 days behind bars. Jack?
Well, that's harrowing stuff, Nicole. Thank you. Just to be clear about this, child abuse is a type of action under Ohio's child endangering law. Whether the abuser is charged with a misdemeanor or a felony depends on the degree of physical injury. Most cases we tell you about are treated as misdemeanors. And most of the time, an abuser can get a first-degree misdemeanor. The most time he can get then is 180 days in jail. By the time an abuser is charged with a felony, it's often too late to save the child.